craft activities that we're including in your grab and go activity bags that you can come here and pick up at the library this week. This is actually TikTok. Now, do you know who TikTok is? TikTok was actually one of the Wizard of Oz characters, but not the Wizard of Oz that was in the movie. If you watch the movie, which is a great movie, maybe your parents have probably seen it if you have not seen it. You can come check it out here at the library if you'd like to see it. But the movie had a specific story, but there were a lot of different parts to that story that did not make the movie that were in the original books. And there were no less than 14 books in the Wizard of Oz series, as well as some short stories. Here at the Rolla Public Library, we actually have many of those short stories that you can check out and read on your own. For example, we have the Tin Woodman of Oz. We have the Patchwork Girl of Oz, TikTok of Oz, the Scarecrow of Oz, the Emerald City of Oz. These are all different stories set in Oz and using Oz characters. So if you like the movie, you should know that there's actually more to the story. And there's more to the story and there's more characters in these stories, but you got to read the books to find them. Now, one of the great things is if you come and pick up your grab and go activity bag, these are free. All you have to do is call the library and we can bring it right out to you for free. We've included a sheet that has all the books that we have of Wizard of Oz here in the library, and it also has the movie, but it lists out all the books that you can read. And so if you're interested in reading one of these books, all you have to do is call up the library and ask for example, the Emerald City of Oz or TikTok of Oz, and we can bring it out to you as a curbside order. These are great stories to read to your kids. If you're a parent, you can read them at bedtime. And if you're a little bit of an older kid, you'll enjoy just reading these on your own perhaps. But these are great stories to read, and they're really fun. And this week, we're going to read 2 of the short stories. So go ahead and stay tuned. I hope you enjoy them. Hello friends, and welcome to the Rolla Public Library's virtual story time. We're going to be reading L. Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz short stories. The one I picked out for today is The Cowardly Lion and the Hungry Tiger. These are part of the original stories written by Baum about Wizard of Oz. So you get to explore some more of the story other than what was reported in the movie. In the splendid palace of the Emerald City, which is in the center of the fairyland of Oz, is a great throne room where Princess Ozma, the ruler, for an hour each day, sits in a throne of glistening emeralds and listens to all the troubles of her people, which they are sure to tell her about. Around Ozma's throne, on such occasions, are grouped all the important persons of Oz, such as the Scarecrow, Jeff, the Pumpkinhead, TikTok, the Clockwork Man, the Tin Woodman, the Wizard of Oz, the Shaggy Man, and other famous fairy people. Little Dorothy usually has a seat at Ozma's feet, and crouched on either side of the throne are 2 enormous beasts, known as the Hungry Tiger and the Cowardly Lion. These 2 beasts are Ozma's chief guardians, but as everyone loves the beautiful girl princess, there has never been any disturbance in the great throne room, or anything for the guardians to do but look fierce and solemn and keep quiet until the royal audience is over and the people go away to their homes. Of course, no one would dare be naughty while the huge lion and tiger crouched beside the throne, but the fact is, the people of Oz are seldom naughty. So Ozma's big guards are more decorations than useful, and no one realizes this better than the beasts themselves. One day, after everybody had left the throne room, except the Cowardly Lion and the Hungry Tiger, the lion yawned and said to his friend, "I am getting tired of this job. No one is afraid of us, and no one pays any attention to us." "That is true," replied the big tiger, purring softly. "We might as well be in the thick jungles where we were born, as trying to protect Ozma when she needs no protection. I'm dreadfully hungry all the time." "You have enough to eat, I'm sure," said the lion, swaying his tail slowly back and forth. "Enough, perhaps, but not the kind of food I long for," answered the tiger. "What I'm hungry for is fat babies. I have a great desire to eat a few fat babies. Then perhaps the people of Oz would fear me, and I'd become more important. True, agreed the lion. It would stir up quite a rumpus if you ate but one fat baby. As for myself, my claws are as sharp as needles and strong as crowbars, while my teeth are powerful enough to tear a person to pieces in a few seconds. If I should spring upon a man and make chop suey of him, there would be wild excitement in the Emerald City. That's where the people of Oz live. And the people would fall upon their knees and beg me for mercy. That, in my opinion, would render me of considerable importance. After you had torn the person to pieces, what would you do next? Asked the tiger sleepily. Then I would roar so loudly that would shake the earth and stalk away to the jungle to hide myself before anyone could attack or kill me for what I had done. I see, nodded the tiger. You are really cowardly. To be sure, he said. That is why I am named the Cowardly Lion. That is why I've always been so tame and peaceable. But I'm awfully tired of being tame, added the lion. It would be fun to raise a robe and show people what a terrible beast I really am. The tiger remained silent for several minutes, thinking deeply as he slowly washed his face with his left paw. Does anybody know how cats wash their face? Tigers wash it the same way. They lick themselves, right? And then they start wiping their head and their body to wash themselves. So he's taking a bath cat style. If you have a pet cat, you probably know all about that. I'm getting old, and it would please me to eat at least one fat baby before I die. Suppose we surprise these people of Oz and prove our power. What do you say? We will walk out of here just as usual, and the first baby we'll meet, I'll eat in a jiffy, and the first man or woman you meet, you can tear to pieces. Then we will both run out of the city gates and gallop across the country and hide in the jungle before anyone can catch us. All right, I'm game, said the lion, yawning again, so that he showed 2 rows of deadly sharp teeth. The tiger got up and stretched his great, sleek body. Come on, he said. The lion stood up and proved he was larger of the two, for he was almost as big as a small horse. Out of the palace they walked, and met no one. They passed through the beautiful grounds, past fountains and beds of lovely flowers, and met no one. Then they unlatched a gate and entered a street of the city and met no one. I wonder how a fat baby will taste, remarked the tiger as they stalked majestically along, side by side. Maybe it'll taste like chicken, said the lion. Nah, the tiger said. I have an idea it will taste like gumdrops. They turned a corner but met no one, for the people of Emerald City were accustomed to taking their naps at this hour of the afternoon. I wonder how many pieces I ought to tear a person into, the lion thought. 60 would be about right, suggested the tiger. Would that hurt any more to tear one into about a dozen pieces? Inquired the lion with a little shudder. Who cares whether it hurts or not? Growled the tiger. The lion did not reply. They entered a side street but met no one. Suddenly, they heard a child crying. Aha! Exclaimed the tiger. There is my meat. He rushed around a corner, the lion following, and came upon a nice fat baby sitting in the middle of the street, crying as if in great distress. The tiger looked at the baby. What's the matter? Asked the tiger, crouching before the baby. I lost my mama, wailed the baby. Why, you poor thing, said the great beast. He petted the child's head with his paw. Don't cry, my dear, for Mama can't be far away, and I'll help you find her. Go on, said the lion, who stood by. Go on where? Asked the tiger, looking up. Go on and eat that fat baby. Why, you are a dreadful creature, said the tiger reproachfully. Would you want me to eat this poor little baby that doesn't know where its own mother is? And the beast gathered the little one into its strong, hairy arms and tried to comfort it by rocking it gently back and forth. The lion growled low in his throat and seemed very much disappointed. But at that moment, a scream reached their ears, and a woman came bounding out of the house and into the street. Seeing her baby in the embrace of the monster tiger. The woman screamed again and rushed forward to rescue it. But in her haste, she caught her foot in her skirt and tumbled head over heels and heels over head, stopping with such a bump that she saw many stars in the heavens, although it was broad daylight. I mean, she got kind of knocked out, huh? They call that stunned. With one bound and a roar like thunder, the huge lion was beside her. With his strong jaws, he grasped her dress and raised her into an upright position. Poor thing. Are you hurt? He gently asked. Gasping for breath, the woman struggled to free herself and tried to walk, but she limped badly and tumbled down again. My baby, she said pleadingly. The baby's all right. Don't worry about the baby, replied the lion, and then added, keep quiet. I'll carry you back to your house, and the hungry tiger will carry your baby for you. The tiger, who had approached the place with the child in his arms, asked in astonishment, aren't you going to tear her into 60 pieces? No, I am not going to tear her into 60 pieces, nor into 6 pieces, answered the lion indignantly. I'm not such a brute as to destroy a poor woman who has hurt herself trying to save her lost baby. If you are so ferocious and cruel and bloodthirsty, you may leave me and go away, for I do not care to associate somebody who would hurt a woman such as this. That's all right, answered the tiger. I'm not cruel, not in the least. I'm only hungry. But I thought you were cruel. Thank heaven I'm respectable, said the lion with dignity. He then raised the woman and with much gentleness carried her into her house, where he laid her upon a sofa. The tiger followed with the baby, which he safely deposited beside its mother. The little one liked the hungry tiger, and grasping the enormous beast by both ears, the baby kissed the beast's nose to show how gratefully and happy he was. Thank you very much, said the woman. I've often heard what good beasts you are, in spite of your power to do mischief to mankind, and now I know that these stories are true. I do not think either of you have ever had one evil thought. The hungry tiger and the cowardly lion hung their heads and did not look into each other's eyes, for both were ashamed and humbled. They crept away and stalked back through the streets until they again entered the palace grounds, where they retreated to the pretty, comfortable rooms they had occupied at the back of the palace. There they silently crouched in their usual corners to think over their adventure. After a while, the tiger said sleepily, you know, I don't believe fat babies taste like gumdrops. I'm quite sure they have the flavor of raspberry tarts. My, how hungry I am for fat babies. The lion grunted. You're a humbug, said he. Am I? Retorted the tiger with a sneer. Tell me then, into how many pieces do you usually tear your victims, my bold lion? The lion impatiently thumped the floor with his tail. To tear anyone into pieces would soil my claws and blunt my teeth. I'm glad I didn't muss myself up this afternoon by hurting that poor mother. The tiger looked at him steadily and then yawned, a wide, wide yawn. You're a coward, he remarked. Well, said the lion, it's better to be a coward than to do wrong. To be sure, answered the other, and that reminds me that I nearly lost my own reputation, for had I eaten that fat baby, I would not now be the hungry tiger. It's better to go hungry, seems to me, than to be cruel to a little child. And then they dropped their heads on their paws and went to sleep. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story about the lion and the tiger. Please come to the Rolla Public Library or give us a call at 573-364-2604 and have us bring one of your grab-and-go activity bags out to your car through curbside service. Also, I want to thank all the Rolla Public Library patrons for all the support that we've been getting with these grab-and-go activity bags. Last week, we had over 95 patrons ask for these Storytime bags. So it was really special, and we really appreciate all of you who are asking for these bags and supporting the Storytimes here at the Rolla Public Library. Thank you very much.